I'll just make this a quicker video. I'll provide a video link in the description down below. It's to Classic Halo Commentary, a channel I subscribe to and I support. He loves Classic Halo. He's always supported Classic Halo and has fought back against 343 and has spoken out against him, and I'm very grateful for that. This is a video response that I started watching some of his recent video, which is in the description below. I heavily disagree. You say I just need to shut up and buy whatever slot they have, or you think it's pointless, and you're annoyed by gamers and people getting very angry and speaking out. I don't think you quite get it. The numbers have been fudged. You say the Circana numbers aren't fudged. Trust me, they are. Sony is lying heavily about how much physical versus digital split, and when they had that whole initial numbers, it was proven that, especially for Insomniac games, a lot of people bought overwhelmingly physical, and when they did that digital physical split, they included all the DLC. They included all the microtransactions. They included all this other shit, and they included a whole host of games that were digital only that did not receive a physical release. I'm not talking about secondhand market or including those sales, because those don't matter. And let's just say most of the masses are going to buy digital and they're not going to change. Let's just say, for example, everything we're doing is for nothing and that they're not going to change. We still need to speak out and bitch and complain nonstop 24/7. Simply voting with your wallet is not enough. It must be accompanied by vicious, violent, severe, unrelenting, angry backlash. That is the only way you can get things to change. And let me put it to you this way, Classic Halo. You look at the world the way it is today, everything, all these evil corporations are moving to all digital, you own nothing and be happy. The noose is being tightened around our necks. They put a little bit in, they tighten. They put a little bit more in, they tighten. They put it in and their whole arm is up your ass. This is bad, man. Very, very bad. And I realize that a lot of people, people like me that say I buy physical, I do buy physical. That's primarily what I buy. I don't buy a lot of modern games like you do because they're shit and they're not worth owning. And you say, oh, well, if you want to support physical, I better go out and buy Wolverine. No, I don't have to just go out and buy Wolverine. Maybe the reason I'm not buying Wolverine isn't because I don't want to support physical. It's because they took X-Men out of the name. And now it's X-Team. Insomniac, whoever is making that, is full of a bunch of transgender freak weirdos pushing their agenda. Video games used to be made by geeks and gamers. Hobbyists that love and care about the hobby, that want to make something good, fun, that lasts, and money is always there. The profit was always there. Gaming has become so corporatized to the point to where most of us, people like me, want the industry to burn to the ground and cease to exist. So that way, whatever is born, like the Phoenix, it'll be more like it was in the old days. It'll be, the whole corporation part will be gone from it, and it'll just be hobbyists, geeks and gamers again, making a small studio, making a small project again. That's what gaming needs to reset to. So for the people now that are boycotting Wolverine, it's not because they don't support physical. We're going against the agenda, the message that is being pushed in all of these games. Don't get me wrong, Wolverine looks good. Like from the trailers and stuff, that looks awesome. Being able to gut someone open and use the claws, that's fucking Wolverine. That's something I want to play and I want to see. But at the same time, we're stuck with, oh, well, yeah, I want to support this, I want to get it physical, but then they got rid of X-Men, and there's other messaging that's apparently in this game. I'll wait for a review, personally. Because I am interested in the game, I'd wait for a review before I get anything with that. But either way, that's why people might not be rushing on board to go and buy Wolverine, because they're protesting against the propaganda and the agenda pushing that's in every game today. So not only do you need to speak out and use your wallet, you need to speak, and it needs to be accompanied by vicious, violent, angry, never relenting backlash. You say you're annoyed. You're getting tired of the discourse. Well, I don't give a fuck if you're tired of the discourse, classic Halo commentary. I've been tired of 343 fucking my favorite franchise to hell and back. For years, I've spoke out against this shit. I even got my old YouTube channel is gone. This is a new one I got. You want proof of me that I've been in the Halo community for many years, classic Halo commentary? I'll try to provide another link in the description below of another video, but it's by xgllx. It's titled Late Night Gaming plus Fanboys versus Wade Duel. That's me. Video he made 5 or 6 years ago. All the big Halo YouTubers were talking shit about me, trying to ban me from their YouTube channels because I spoke out against 343, and these people are 343 cum-guzzling sellouts. And they didn't like that. I've been around. I've been in this community for a very long time. And the gaming industry is basically dead. Look at Expedition 33. That happened because people were sick of their corporate bullshit retarded job. They left Ubisoft. They formed a small team. Yes, they did get some extra help, but it pretty much was an indie studio. They did it on a very small budget. That type of project, they did that for a quite low budget. For any type of modern type game, you look at that budget, it's so small. I mean, if you look at it through the 1999, 2000s lens, yeah, it's a fucking insane budget, but I don't know. It says, we're going to get very, very few great games like that. Most of the games we're getting are shit, and that's why people aren't rushing on board to buy all these new modern day games and rushing out to get physical. And a lot of people get the digital because it's way heavily discounted. Let me tell you what happens. Even if not many people are buying physical, once physical goes away, you think the prices of digital are going to go down? No. They're going to get jacked up. They're going to eternally rise. They will never go down. There will not be sales. And even if there are, you lose the complete opportunity to resell that game, to trade it into a friend, to be able to do anything of that with. You know, if we lived in a modern day, you know, Star Trek type society where data caps aren't a problem and, you know, digital rights and ownership, if that was all fixed out, you know, maybe, you know, the world could go digital, but we're anywhere near close to that. And the people that run the world today are pure evil. They want all the power, all the control. And if you allow them to just go all digital, then it's going to get to the point, classic Halo, to where you're going to have to pay to turn your system on. You're going to have to pay per hour in order to play, not just for online, but for single player. You're going to have ads pushed into all your games. This is the dark road that gaming's going to. I play primarily retro games, old hardware, things like that. So, modern gaming going all digital doesn't affect me as much. Most of the games coming out today, modern, are trash. I'll probably never see the Elder Scrolls 6 on the current systems. It's going to be with the next systems, and I'm not buying that. It doesn't come with a disc drive. I'm not buying it. I use my Xbox, my Series X, to watch movies on, too. I use them to... I want a disc in my system. Why did the PS2 sell so much? It wasn't just because of the games. It was because it was a built-in fucking disc player. Had great music capabilities, and it was a built-in DVD. A DVD player was more expensive than the PS2. You could get the benefits of having a DVD and the games. But yeah, so I understand why people don't want to support Wolverine. And you shouldn't be yelling at them saying they need to support Wolverine or shut the fuck up. No. Bro, I'm not going to shut the fuck up. And those people that are bitching, complaining about Wolverine and not wanting to buy it and boycott Sony and tell them, fuck you, you should be fully supporting that. Because irregardless, even if they go out and buy it physical, they're still going to fuck us. They're still going to get rid of physical anyways because they want all the power, all the control. That's what you don't understand. Even if the numbers were different, even if the numbers and the shareholders could see that, they don't care. Because the potential of the greed of all digital is so enticing to them, they don't care if they lose money initially. Just like all these DEI programs, they don't care if how many studios go under. They don't care how many games get corrupted and lost. It's all about pushing the message, forcing people to change. Right? So, even if they went out and overwhelmingly everyone bought physical games, and they'd still get rid of the plants. Part of the reason they're building lenses for AI data centers, all these, there's a lot of conspiracies about all these forest fires and shit. Some of them are being purposely burned by agent provocateurs so that way they can fucking take gold and lithium out of the ground and build friggin' AI data centers and shit. It's all about power, controlling what you consume, how you consume it, when you consume it, and eventually it will get to the point where the corporations will control every single tiny little aspect of your fucking life. Why do you think they want to get these cars, these vehicles, to have friggin' AI driving and self-driving and all that shit? You got your social credit score system, you say something against the government bad, all of a sudden, sorry Dave, you can't go to work. You're being rerouted to a re-education center. That's how dark this world's going to be. I don't think you realize that. But yeah, I love gaming. I love Halo. I enjoy your channel. I just think you're wrong about this. And I think you should rethink your position on it, because even if you're right and the numbers of Circana are right and people aren't buying it, that's because the people have been conditioned. They've been conditioned not to buy. They've been incentivized not to buy. Taking the good wholesomeness of physical games and that ownership away from us, to the point to where most people don't buy it, and then you say, oh, well, they should just go all digital then. Same thing with transgenderism. People were pushed towards that. It was forced on us. Every facet of society. And sometimes now when I see these transgender people, I used to just get angry. I used to say these people are disgusting. But now when I look at them, I feel sad. Because society failed them. The world failed them. People should have been there to stop this kind of crap. Society failed them. Just like society has failed us gamers. We've been conditioned. And the corporations have all got together to condition, to slowly change and tighten the news to the point where people just go digital. And then once that's all gone, once physical is completely cut off, your heads will just pop off due to the noose being so tight. Your head just gets like guillotined by the rope. So yeah, I'm glad you support physical. I'm glad you do that, but telling people they need to buy it physical right now or they can shut the fuck up, no. Even if you're not buying video games, I want you to speak up in support of physical video games. Even if you primarily buy digital, I want you to speak up and bitch about supporting physical games. Because we lose that. Even you who buys just digital, you're going to have that little finger that's in your asshole, that whole motherfucking arm's going to be straight up your ass, buddy. That Sony PlayStation store, they're going to jack up those prices. They never go down. You go to Amazon, you can get a physical version of games that are like $80+ American, and you can get them for $50, sometimes $40. The option keeps the industry in check. Physical discs, regardless of how many fucking people buy them, keep the industry in check. And there's a whole bunch of secondhand markets, even if fucking EB Games is gone or whatever, who cares? There's a lot of secondhand, smaller shops that sell used games and stuff that depend on this. There's a lot of people that buy new games and resell them. And you get deals like, you have no idea how bad going all digital is. And telling people they need to either buy the physical Wolverine or shut the fuck up is wrong. Because they shouldn't shut the fuck up. Whether you just buy digital, whether you just buy physical, whether you don't buy any video games. We should all support physical media because that's power to us human beings, to the consumer. Because if we don't, if it's all digital, it just gets deleted from your hard drive. They shut the server down. The license goes away. You have to rebuy it again for the next system. Rebuy it again, rebuy it again, rebuy it again, rebuy it again. I have a nice disc collection of stuff that I'll never have to buy again. That I can watch anytime that I want. Movies, TV shows, video games. So yeah, that'll be it for this. I hope you've enjoyed the video and classic Halo commentary. You're a good guy. Just, yeah. We all need to speak out. Whether you buy digital or physical or you don't. Because if we don't keep this angry backlash up, whether you're annoyed by it or not. What's that nursery rhyme? Something about pocket full of Posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. If we don't fight and unite now, we're all gonna fall down. Peace.